Welcome everyone to the Information Security Management System Awareness Training. This session is designed to help you understand the critical role you play in protecting our organization's information assets. We'll walk you through essential principles of information security, what ISMS means, and why it's important, not just from a compliance standpoint but for day to day operations. By the end of this training, you'll have a clearer understanding of how to safeguard data, recognize threats, and follow best practices aligned with global standards like ISO 27001. Let's get started on building a culture of security together. First, we'll begin with an introduction to information security, where we'll go over the core concepts that form the foundation of information security, including the CIA triad, confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Next, we'll move on to policies and best practices. This section will focus on practical guidelines and examples you can follow to help keep information secure both personally and professionally. Finally, we'll dive into threats, vulnerabilities, and risks, a critical part of understanding how and why breaches occur. We'll look at common security risks we face today and how to identify and mitigate them. Our goal is to ensure you're aware of the key principles, practices, and risks involved in keeping our digital environment secure. Whether you're new to this or just need a refresher, there's something valuable here for everyone. What is information? Information is more than just data. It's processed, organized, and meaningful. It comes in many forms: written, spoken, printed, or digital. In organizations, information is an asset, just like money, equipment, or people. Example: a customer support call recording is valuable information. It must have appropriate security controls in place. Let's learn a powerful concept in cybersecurity called the CIA triad. Don't worry, this has nothing to do with secret agents. In cybersecurity, CIA stands for confidentiality, integrity, and availability, the three key principles that help keep information safe and trustworthy. Think of it like your school locker. That locker is like your important data. To protect it, you care about three things: who can access it, whether it's been changed, and if it's available when you need it. Confidentiality, keep it secret. Confidentiality means making sure only the right people can see the information. Just like your locker has a combination lock, your data needs protection so that no one else can peek inside. If someone else finds your combination and reads your private diary, confidentiality is broken. Example: your personal email password keeps your messages private. Encrypting a file is like scrambling it into code. Only someone with the key can read it. Integrity. Keep it untouched. Integrity means the information stays accurate and hasn't been changed by anyone. Imagine if someone opened your locker and rewrote your homework. The paper is still there, but the content is changed. That's a loss of integrity. Example: if someone changes a student's grade in the school system, the data has lost its integrity. Tools like antivirus software help protect your files from being altered by malware. Availability, keep it ready. Availability means the information is there when you need it. Now imagine you go to open your locker before class, but someone has glued it shut or blocked the hallway. Even though your books are inside, you can't get to them. That's a failure in availability. Example: if a website crashes during an online exam, the service is unavailable. Cyber attacks like DDoS try to overwhelm a system, making it crash and unavailable to users. Practicing confidentiality. Confidentiality is about keeping sensitive information safe from unauthorized access. To practice confidentiality in everyday work, we must follow a few simple but powerful habits. First, use strong passwords. Avoid common choices like welcome123. Instead, create complex combinations like W31 exclamation at number hash, a mix of letters, numbers, and special characters. This makes it harder for attackers to guess your password. Second, apply access control. only authorized people should be able to open sensitive files or systems. Think of it like locking important documents in a cabinet. Only those with the right key can access them. Finally, keep your desk and screen clear. Never leave printed documents or private information lying around. Lock your screen when you step away and keep your workspace clean of sensitive data. These small steps help ensure that confidential information stays safe, secure, and only in the right hands. Practicing integrity means ensuring that information remains accurate and unchanged unless properly authorized. Practicing integrity helps prevent tampering, errors, and unauthorized edits. Start with file permissions. Always set the correct access rights for your files and systems. This ensures that only trusted individuals can modify important data, reducing the risk of accidental or malicious changes. Next is version control. By keeping track of document versions and change history, you can see what was updated when and by whom. This helps detect any unauthorized modifications and makes it easy to roll back to a previous version if needed. Finally, use audit logs. Audit logs monitor and record system activities. They provide a clear trail of who accessed what and whether any changes were made, helping you catch and respond to suspicious behavior quickly. These practices protect the trustworthiness of your data and ensure it stays correct, complete, and reliable. Practicing availability. Availability means making sure systems and information are accessible when they're needed, especially during unexpected events. To protect availability, we must plan ahead and stay prepared. Start with regular backups. Backups help you recover important data if something goes wrong. Create and test backups frequently so that information can be restored quickly during incidents like system crashes or cyber attacks. Next, focus on disaster recovery. Have a clear and tested plan in place to restore systems after any disruption, whether it's a natural disaster, hardware failure, or cyber threat. This ensures your organization can keep running smoothly even in a crisis. Finally, perform timely maintenance. Keep systems updated with the latest patches and upgrades. Outdated software can create vulnerabilities and cause downtime. Regular maintenance keeps everything running reliably and securely. Practicing availability means your systems are ready when you need them most, stable, secure, and always accessible. Benefits of information. Information security isn't just about protecting data. It delivers real benefits that support the entire organization. First, it builds customer trust. When we protect client data using encryption, strong passwords, and secure systems, we earn their confidence. People are more likely to do business with organizations they can trust. Second, it ensures regulatory compliance. Many industries have legal and regulatory requirements for data protection. Strong security helps us stay compliant and avoid penalties. Third, it offers financial protection. Security breaches can be extremely costly, from fines to lost revenue and damaged reputation. Information security helps reduce these risks and protects the company's bottom line. Finally, it supports business continuity. With strong security in place, operations can continue smoothly even during a cyber attack or technical issue. This keeps services running and minimizes disruption. Together, these benefits show that information security is not just a technical requirement, it's a business essential. Key drivers of information security. Information security relies on three key drivers: people, processes, and technology. All three must work together to protect data effectively. First, we have people. Security starts with individuals. Awareness, regular training, and building a strong security culture help ensure that employees make smart decisions and avoid risky behavior like clicking on phishing emails or using weak passwords. Next are the processes. Clear policies, procedures, and guidelines set the rules for how information should be handled. Processes help maintain consistency. ensure compliance, and guide people on what to do during incidents or daily operations. Finally, we rely on technology. Tools like firewalls, antivirus software, encryption, and authentication tokens provide the technical protection needed to secure data and systems from threats. By combining educated people, well defined processes, and strong technology, organizations create a complete and effective information security strategy. Why security breaches occur? Security breaches don't always happen because of hackers. In many cases, human behavior and decision making play a big role. Let's look at four common reasons why security breaches occur. First is poor awareness. Many people simply don't know the security policies or the risks involved. Without training or understanding, they may unknowingly make mistakes that lead to breaches. Next is convenience over security. To save time or effort, people might choose easier but less secure options, like using the same password everywhere or clicking on suspicious links. These shortcuts often create serious vulnerabilities. Then we have security fatigue. When people are bombarded with constant security rules, alerts, and reminders, they can become overwhelmed or careless. This leads to ignoring warnings or skipping important steps. And finally, over reliance on tools. Technology like firewalls and antivirus is helpful, but it's not enough on its own. When people depend only on tools and stop paying attention themselves, threats can slip through unnoticed. Understanding these causes helps us focus on building better awareness, habits, and a balanced approach to security. End user responsibilities. Everyone plays a role in keeping information secure, not just IT teams. As an end user, there are a few important responsibilities you should always follow. First, know the policies. Take time to read and understand your organization's security policies. Know who to contact in case of questions or incidents. Second, handle documents properly. Always label and manage documents based on their classification, whether they are public, internal, confidential, or restricted. This helps prevent accidental leaks or misuse. Third, practice good security hygiene. Follow best practices for using strong passwords, keeping your email secure, and protecting your devices. Small habits like locking your screen or not clicking suspicious links make a big difference. And finally, report incidents. If you see something suspicious, whether it's a phishing email or a device issue, report it immediately. Quick reporting helps stop threats before they spread. By following these responsibilities, every user becomes a key part of the organization's defense against cyber threats. Let's discuss about asset classification. When it comes to protecting our organization's information, asset classification is key. It helps us determine who can access what data and how it should be handled. Let's walk through each level from the top of the pyramid down with real world examples. At the top, we have restricted data. This is the most sensitive information, such as executive board meeting minutes, strategies for acquisitions, or encryption keys. For example, the CEO's confidential merger plan document would fall under this category. Only a very small group of executives should have access. Below that is confidential. This includes things like employee salary records, customer PII, source code, or contracts with vendors. For instance, a file containing customer credit card numbers or proprietary algorithms would be labeled confidential. It should only be accessible to authorized staff working on those projects. Next is internal data. This is meant for employees within the company but not for public sharing. Examples include internal training guides, org charts, or company wide announcements. Sharing this outside, like on social media or with clients, would be inappropriate even if it doesn't seem sensitive at first glance. Finally, at the bottom is public information. This is designed for open distribution. Think of your company's website, press releases, or marketing materials. These are safe to share and don't pose a risk if accessed externally. By classifying data correctly and handling it accordingly, we reduce risk, comply with regulations, and keep our organization's information secure and trustworthy. Always ask yourself, who should see this before sharing or storing any data? Physical security. Physical security is just as important as digital security. Protecting the workplace from unauthorized access helps keep people, systems, and information safe. Start with ID badges. Always wear your company issued identification badge clearly and visibly when on the premises. This helps security teams verify who belongs in the building. Next, prevent tailgating. Tailgating happens when someone follows you through a secure door without using their own access card. Never hold doors open for others unless you know they are authorized. Everyone must authenticate properly. And finally, follow the visitor protocol. All visitors must be escorted at all times. If you see anyone suspicious or unescorted in a secure area, report it to security immediately. By following these simple steps, we help ensure the physical safety of our environment and reduce the risk of unauthorized access. Environmental security. Environmental security focuses on keeping people safe and prepared in case of emergencies. It's about knowing what to do, where to go, and how to respond quickly. First, fire safety. Always participate in scheduled fire drills and learn how to properly use fire extinguishers. Being familiar with safety equipment could save lives during a real emergency. Next, know your emergency exits. Be aware of all exit routes and safe assembly points in your building. In an emergency, knowing where to go can help you evacuate quickly and safely. And finally, be prepared with first aid. Know where the nearest first aid kits are located and understand basic emergency procedures. Quick access to first aid can make a big difference in the event of an injury. By staying informed and alert, we can all contribute to a safer workplace environment. Workstation security. Securing your workstation is a simple but essential part of protecting sensitive information. Let's go over a few key habits every user should follow. First, screen locking. Always lock your screen whenever you leave your desk, even if it's just for a minute. You can use keyboard shortcuts like Windows plus L or Control plus Shift plus Power, depending on your device. This helps prevent unauthorized access to your files or emails. Next, be cautious with software usage. Never install software that hasn't been approved or properly licensed. All software should go through the official request and approval process to avoid introducing malware or security risks. And finally, maintain a clean space. Shred any sensitive papers that are no longer needed and don't forget to erase whiteboards after confidential meetings. A tidy and secure environment helps reduce the chances of information leaks. By following these simple workstation practices, you help keep your digital and physical space safe and secure. Laptop and mobile device security. Laptops and mobile devices are essential tools for work, but they're also common targets for security threats. Let's look at three simple ways to keep them protected. First, physical security. Never leave your devices unattended in public spaces like cafes or airports. If possible, use cable locks to secure them and prevent theft. Next, focus on network safety. Turn off wireless auto-connect features, especially in unfamiliar locations. Avoid connecting to unsecured public Wi-Fi networks as they can expose your data to hackers. Finally, stay on top of software updates. Keep your antivirus software active and your system patches up to date. Updates often include important security fixes that help defend against new threats. Taking care of your portable devices helps protect both personal and company data wherever you go. Mobile device usage. Mobile devices are powerful tools for work, but they must be used securely to prevent data loss and breaches. Let's break this down into three key areas: basic security, data protection, and incident response. First, basic security. Always use strong PINs or biometric features like fingerprint or face unlock. enable auto lock after a short period of inactivity, and install all security updates promptly to stay protected against threats. Next, focus on data protection. Turn on remote tracking and wiping features so you can locate or erase your device if it's lost. Avoid storing sensitive work data on your phone unless absolutely necessary, and use encrypted communication apps for work related conversations. Finally, prepare for incident response. If your device is lost or stolen, report it immediately. Know how to remotely lock your device and wipe its contents. And before sending a device for repair, make sure your IT team removes any work related data. By following these steps, you can use mobile devices safely without putting your organization's data at risk. Password policy. A strong password policy is one of the simplest and most effective ways to protect systems and data from unauthorized access. Let's go over the key rules that make up a secure password. First, the minimum length. All passwords must be at least 8 characters long. This makes them harder to guess or crack through brute force attacks. The longer the password, the better the protection. Second, use a mix of character types. Your password should include at least 4 different types of characters: uppercase letters, lowercase letters, numbers, and special symbols. For example, a secure password could look like R at in bow number 42. This variety adds complexity and makes passwords more difficult for attackers to decode. Third, update your passwords regularly. As a best practice, passwords should be changed every 90 days. This helps limit exposure in case a password is compromised without your knowledge. Setting calendar reminders or using a password manager can make this easier to manage. By following these password policy rules, strong, complex, and regularly updated passwords, we can reduce the risk of unauthorized access and improve overall security. Email security. Email is one of the most common communication tools in the workplace and also one of the biggest security risks. It only takes one wrong click on a phishing link or a mistyped recipient to cause a major data breach. That's why practicing good email security is absolutely essential. Let's start with business use only. Emails should only be used for legitimate work related communication. Avoid using your corporate email for personal tasks, newsletters, shopping sites, or unrelated subscriptions. When work and personal use mix, it increases the risk of exposure to threats like spam, phishing, and malware. Next, let's talk about attachment caution. Never open email attachments or click on links unless you're absolutely sure they're safe. If an email comes from an unknown sender or the message feels suspicious, like a subject line urging urgent action or poor grammar, it could be a phishing attempt. Even if it looks like it came from someone you know, always verify if you're unsure. Cyber criminals often spoof email addresses to trick users into opening harmful content. Now, on to recipient verification. Before sending sensitive data or documents over email, double check all recipients. Use the to, CC, and BCC fields correctly. For example, never use reply all when sending private or confidential details unless it's necessary and intentional. This step helps avoid accidental data leaks. A simple mistake like sending confidential HR information to the wrong team can lead to serious consequences. Finally, let's cover proper disclaimers. All business emails should include the required legal disclaimers. These not only inform recipients of confidentiality and usage terms, but they also provide legal protection for the company. If your organization has a standard disclaimer or signature policy, make sure it's included and up to date. In summary, practicing email security means being cautious, focused, and responsible every time you hit send. With just a few smart habits like verifying recipients, avoiding suspicious links, and keeping communications strictly work related, we can dramatically reduce the chances of falling victim to email based threats. Recognizing phishing emails. Phishing emails are one of the most common and dangerous cybersecurity threats we face today. They're designed to trick you into clicking malicious links, sharing your credentials, or downloading malware, all while pretending to be from a trusted source. The good news is, with a little awareness, you can recognize and avoid these traps. Let's look at three key signs that an email might be a phishing attempt. First, urgency and threats. Phishing emails often try to create a sense of panic or urgency. For example, a message might say, "Your account will be suspended unless you act immediately," or "Unusual login detected, click here to verify." These tactics are designed to scare you into clicking without thinking. A legitimate organization won't threaten you into acting instantly. They'll usually give you a proper explanation and time to respond. Second, grammar and spelling issues. Professional emails from reputable companies are carefully written and proofread. If an email is filled with poor grammar, awkward phrasing, or obvious spelling errors, treat it as a red flag. Fraudsters often don't speak your language fluently, or they may intentionally include mistakes to filter out cautious users and target only the careless ones. And third, mismatched addresses. Always check where a link is really going. Hover your mouse over the link without clicking. You'll see the true destination in the bottom corner of your browser or email client. If the address doesn't match the sender's organization, it's a warning sign. Also, look closely at the sender's email address. Phishing emails often come from addresses that look similar to legitimate ones, like support at netflixpayments.com instead of support at netflix.com. To summarize, if an email pressures you to act fast, has strange language, or comes from an unexpected or suspicious address, pause, investigate, and don't click anything. When in doubt, contact your IT or security team for help. Staying alert is the best defense against phishing. Removable media security. Removable media such as USB drives, external hard disks, CDs, and memory cards offer convenience when transferring files, but they also pose serious security risks if not handled correctly. Let's explore three essential practices for keeping our systems safe when using removable media. First, prior approval. Before connecting any removable media to a company device, it must be approved by your manager and the IT department. This rule is in place to prevent unauthorized devices, which might carry malware or unapproved content, from interacting with internal systems. Even if it's your personal USB stick or a colleague's external drive, never plug it in without formal permission. Remember, security begins with control, and that means knowing what's being connected to your company network. Second, malware scanning. Every piece of external media must be scanned for viruses and malware before opening or transferring any files. Most company systems have automatic scanning software installed. Never disable this feature. Skipping a malware scan is like opening your front door to a stranger without checking who it is. Even a single infected file can compromise entire systems or give attackers a backdoor into sensitive company data. Third, proper disposal. When the media is no longer needed, it must be disposed of properly. This means securely erasing the data or physically destroying the device, depending on your organization's security policy. Simply deleting files or throwing away the USB drive is not enough. Deleted data can often be recovered, and discarded drives can fall into the wrong hands. By following secure disposal procedures, we ensure that sensitive data doesn't leak outside the organization. In summary, removable media is a powerful tool, but it must be used with caution. Always seek approval, perform mandatory malware scans, and dispose of devices properly to keep our systems and information safe. Let's discuss about clean desk and clear screen. A clean desk and clear screen policy isn't just about neatness, it's about securing sensitive information in plain sight. Let's go through three key moments during the workday where this policy plays a critical role. First, during breaks. Even if you're stepping away from your desk for just a few minutes, maybe to grab coffee or take a phone call, always lock your screen. Leaving your screen unlocked, even for a short while, opens the door for unauthorized access. Sensitive files, emails, or client data visible on your screen can easily be viewed or tampered with in your absence. Just press Windows plus L or Ctrl plus Alt plus Del and click Lock, a simple habit that goes a long way in maintaining confidentiality. Next, when printing, always retrieve your printed documents immediately. Leaving sensitive information unattended in the printer tray can result in data leaks or even theft. Whether it's internal memos, financial reports, or customer records, if it's printed, it's vulnerable. Make it a habit. Hit print, go to the printer right away, and collect your document. Avoid letting sensitive documents sit uncollected where others might see or take them. Finally, end of day. Before you leave work, do a quick security check. Clear your desk of all papers, folders, or notebooks that contain sensitive or confidential information. Lock all important documents in drawers or filing cabinets. Shut down or lock your computer to prevent unauthorized access after hours. This simple daily routine strengthens your organization's overall security posture and sends a clear message that data protection is everyone's responsibility. In summary, whether it's a short break, a print job, or the end of your shift, always follow the clean desk and clear screen policy. It's not just best practice, it's a crucial part of defending sensitive information from unintended exposure. Print, document, and whiteboard hygiene. When it comes to safeguarding sensitive information, it's not just digital data we need to worry about. Physical materials like printouts, handwritten notes, and whiteboard content can easily become weak links if not handled with care. This slide covers three key practices for maintaining print, document, and whiteboard hygiene in the workplace. Print management. First, we focus on print management. Always print only what is necessary. Unnecessary printouts not only waste resources but also increase the risk of sensitive information being left exposed. Once you send something to the printer, go and collect it immediately. Don't let confidential documents sit unclaimed in printer trays where others can view or pick them up by mistake. Document control. Next, we have document control. Printed or handwritten documents can carry sensitive business data. Always store them securely when not in use. And once those documents are no longer needed, dispose of them properly, preferably by shredding or placing them in secure disposal bins. Never leave printed materials, sticky notes, or handouts lying around where unauthorized individuals could access them. Clean shared spaces. Lastly, shared meeting rooms and collaborative spaces often have whiteboards that teams use for brainstorming, planning, or problem solving. Make it a habit to erase whiteboards at the end of every meeting. Even a few leftover notes or diagrams can reveal business strategies, customer data, or internal issues. Also, remember to take down or destroy any materials pinned to walls or left behind in meeting spaces. Together, these habits form a simple but powerful layer of physical security. By managing what you print, handling documents responsibly, and cleaning up shared workspaces, you significantly reduce the chances of accidental information leakage in your organization. Backup and restoration. Let's talk about protecting your data through effective backup and restoration practices. First, ensure you're performing regular backups. Save important files to approved, secure backup locations. This helps prevent data loss from accidental deletion, hardware failure, or cyber attacks. Next, focus on secure storage. Backups should be stored in protected environments, either encrypted in the cloud or kept in locked, climate controlled areas. This ensures the data stays intact and protected from unauthorized access. And finally, always test your restoration process. Backups are only useful if they work. Periodically verify that you can restore data without issues. This confirms the reliability of your backup solution and ensures business continuity during a crisis. Backing up isn't just a technical task, it's a critical part of your cybersecurity strategy. Information security incidents. Information security incidents can take many forms, and recognizing them early is critical for quick containment and response. Let's start with unauthorized access. This happens when someone gains access to your account or a restricted area using stolen credentials or without proper permission. Always keep your credentials secure and report any suspicious login notifications. Next is malware detection. If you see virus alerts, your system starts behaving unusually, or unexpected pop ups appear, these could be signs of malware. Never ignore these symptoms, report them immediately. Then we have suspicious activity. This includes strange emails, sudden account lockouts, or irregular network behavior. These are often early warning signs of a potential cyber attack or compromised system. Lastly, data exposure is a serious concern. If confidential information is accidentally sent to the wrong person or posted publicly, it must be reported right away to prevent misuse or legal consequences. Remember, reporting these incidents helps protect not just your system but the entire organization. Reporting a security incident. If you suspect or witness a security incident, act quickly. First, contact the IT help desk immediately by phone or email. Time is critical when containing threats, so don't delay. Next, document the details. Clearly describe what happened when it occurred and include screenshots or error messages if possible. This helps IT respond faster and more effectively. Finally, follow the instructions provided by the security team. They may ask you to disconnect from the network, run a scan, or preserve evidence. Remember, early reporting helps prevent damage. When in doubt, always speak up. Social media risks. Social media can be a powerful tool, but it also comes with risks that we must be aware of, especially in a professional setting. First, let's talk about the permanent digital footprint. Anything we post, share, or comment on can remain accessible somewhere on the internet forever. Even if deleted, content may have already been saved, screenshotted, or archived. Next is professional reputation. Employers and clients often look at online profiles before making decisions. What we share on social platforms can directly impact how we are perceived professionally. A single inappropriate post could damage years of hard earned credibility. Then we have company representation. Whether we realize it or not, our personal posts might be interpreted as representing our organization's views or culture. Always ensure your content is respectful and does not reflect negatively on your employer. Lastly, there are association risks. Be careful about what others tag you in or share about you. Their actions may affect your reputation just as much as your own posts. Always monitor your digital presence and update your privacy settings as needed. By staying mindful, we can enjoy the benefits of social media while minimizing the risks. Workplace social media use. When it comes to using social media as an employee, it's important to understand how your personal activity can reflect on your workplace. Let's begin with company representation. Even on your personal accounts, you may be seen as a spokesperson for the organization. A casual post, comment, or like could be interpreted as the company's viewpoint. So always be mindful of how your online behavior aligns with the organization's values. Next is policy compliance. It's essential to be familiar with your organization's social media policy. These guidelines exist to protect both employees and the company from misunderstandings, legal issues, and reputational harm. Moving on to content restrictions. Never share confidential company information or internal communications on public or personal platforms. Even seemingly harmless details like project timelines or internal updates can expose the company to risks. Lastly, we have engagement guidelines. When responding to public mentions of your company, always do so professionally and respectfully. If you're unsure how to respond, it's best to refer the interaction to your communications or HR team. By following these principles, you help build a secure and positive digital presence for yourself and your organization. Internet usage guidelines. In today's digital workplace, internet usage plays a central role in productivity, communication, and access to information. However, responsible usage is crucial to ensure security and maintain organizational integrity. Let's start with work related browsing. During work hours, limit your internet activity to tasks that are directly related to your job. Personal browsing not only reduces efficiency but can also expose the network to unnecessary risks. Always follow your company's acceptable use policy, which outlines what's considered appropriate behavior online. Next, we have download restrictions. It may be tempting to download tools or software you find helpful, but unauthorized downloads can introduce malware or create vulnerabilities. Always go through official IT channels to request or install applications. This ensures that all software is verified, licensed, and safe for the organization's systems. Moving on to security updates. Keeping your browser and antivirus software updated is essential for a secure browsing experience. These updates often patch critical vulnerabilities, so it's important not to ignore those update prompts. Set them to automatic where possible to reduce manual effort and avoid delays. Finally, let's talk about safe browsing. The internet can be a risky place and not all websites are trustworthy. Be vigilant. Look for HTTPS in the URL and check for valid security certificates before entering any sensitive information. Avoid clicking on suspicious links or pop ups, especially on unfamiliar sites. By following these guidelines, you're not just protecting your device, you're contributing to the safety and reliability of the entire organization's digital ecosystem. BYOD, bring your own device. Awareness. In today's flexible work culture, many employees use their personal phones, tablets, or laptops to check emails, attend virtual meetings, or access documents. This is known as Bring Your Own Device or BYOD. While this boosts productivity and convenience, it also introduces serious security risks, which is why understanding BYOD awareness is crucial. First, let's talk about policy compliance. Before connecting any personal device to your company's network, you must read and follow the official BYOD policy. For example, if your company restricts the use of messaging apps like WhatsApp for sharing work files, violating this could lead to data leaks or policy violations. BYOD policies define what's permitted and what isn't, so always get familiar with them. Next is device management. Most organizations require mobile device management tools or MDM on personal devices. These tools allow IT to remotely wipe corporate data in case your device is lost or stolen. Imagine losing your phone in a taxi while logged into your work email. Without MDM, that sensitive information could be exposed. With MDM installed, the IT team can erase company data remotely, keeping business information safe. Finally, data separation is key. Never mix personal and work data. For instance, if you use your phone camera to snap a picture of a confidential whiteboard during a meeting and it syncs to your personal cloud, that's a major risk. Instead, use work specific apps or containers that keep business data isolated from personal files, photos, and apps. To wrap up, BYOD can work well, but only when used securely. Follow the BYOD policy. Install the required MDM software. Keep work and personal data strictly separate. By doing so, you protect not only company data but also your personal device from being a liability. Incident scenarios. What would you do? Let's walk through some everyday situations that may seem minor but can pose major security risks if not handled correctly. First, imagine you're in the parking lot and spot a USB drive lying on the ground. It's tempting to plug it in and see what's on it, but don't do it. That USB could contain malware designed to infect our network. The right move? Immediately report it to IT without connecting it to any device. Next, you receive an urgent email that looks like it's from your manager, asking you to click a link and verify your login. It's suspicious. This is likely a phishing attempt. Instead of clicking, forward the email to the security team so they can investigate and warn others. Lastly, you're at the office and notice someone walking around without a visitor badge. Don't ignore it. Politely approach, ask if they need help, and notify security right away. They could be an intruder trying to gain unauthorized access. Remember, staying alert and responding correctly helps protect not only you but the entire organization. Security best practices. Let's walk through some essential security best practices that every employee must follow to help protect our organization's data and systems. Lock your computer. Always lock your computer when stepping away from your desk, even if it's just for a minute. Use Windows plus L on Windows machines or Control plus Shift plus power on Mac devices. This simple habit prevents unauthorized individuals from accessing your work while you're away. Example: imagine you walk away to grab a coffee and forget to lock your screen. A visitor or even an unauthorized colleague could view sensitive project details or emails without your knowledge. Password protection. Never share your passwords, not even with your coworkers or manager. Every user must be individually accountable. Use complex passwords that combine uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and special characters. Example: don't use obvious passwords like password 123 or reuse your Netflix password for your office email. Instead, use a password manager to store and create strong passwords. Also, enable multi factor authentication (MFA) wherever possible. It adds an extra layer of protection. Network safety: always use the company VPN when accessing work systems from outside the office, especially over public Wi Fi networks like those in airports, cafes, or hotels. Example: if you log into your office email from a cafe without using a VPN, a hacker on the same network could intercept your traffic and steal sensitive login credentials. VPNs encrypt your data, shielding it from prying eyes. Vigilance: stay alert. Report any suspicious behavior, system glitches, or potential phishing attempts to the security team immediately. Example 1: you receive an email that appears to be from the IT department asking you to verify your credentials via a link. The logo looks off and the tone seems urgent. This is likely a phishing attack. Don't click the link, report it. Example 2: you notice a coworker plugging in a USB drive they found in the parking lot. Politely stop them and notify IT. That USB could be a threat vector. In summary, good cybersecurity hygiene isn't just about tools, it's about habits. Lock your screen, use strong private passwords, use VPNs when needed, stay alert. Each small action helps build a secure workplace for all of us. Let's all do our part. Remote work security. Working remotely brings flexibility, but it also introduces new risks to our organization's security. To stay protected, follow these four essential practices. First, always ensure secure connections. Use the company's VPN every time you access internal systems, files, or communication tools. This helps encrypt your traffic and protects sensitive data from being intercepted. Next, practice strong home network safety. Your home Wi Fi should be your first line of defense. Make sure your router is secured with a strong, unique password, not the default one, and that it's running the latest firmware. Outdated devices are often the easiest targets for attackers. Third, manage your devices responsibly. Keep your work laptop or mobile device strictly for business. Avoid letting family members use it or installing personal applications. This minimizes the chances of accidental exposure or infection from non work related content. Finally, maintain secure communications. Only use company approved encrypted communication tools, whether it's for chat, video calls, or file sharing. Avoid using personal email or public messaging apps for official work conversations. By following these guidelines, we help build a secure remote working environment that protects both our data and our reputation. A globally recognized standard that helps organizations establish, implement, maintain, and continuously improve their information security management system, or ISMS. First, ISO 27001 is known as an international standard. It defines the best practices for managing information security, providing a trusted benchmark for organizations of all sizes and industries. Achieving compliance with this standard shows that your organization is serious about protecting sensitive data. Second, ISO 27001 is more than just a checklist. It's a risk management framework. It encourages a structured, proactive approach to identifying risks, assessing their impact, and implementing appropriate controls to reduce vulnerabilities. This helps ensure that confidential, financial, and personal data is handled securely throughout its life cycle. And finally, the standard includes control requirements, a set of detailed guidelines covering areas like access control, incident response, and business continuity. These controls are not just optional, they are essential for achieving and maintaining certification. ISO 27001 also requires organizations to document their policies, procedures, and risk assessments thoroughly. Understanding and aligning with ISO 27001 strengthens your organization's security posture, builds customer trust, and enhances compliance with legal and regulatory standards. Benefits of ISO IEC 27001:2022. Certification ISO IEC 27001:2022 certification offers several strategic advantages to organizations focused on securing their data and systems. Let's start from the base of the pyramid: process improvement. This certification enhances operational efficiency by promoting well defined, standardized security procedures that reduce confusion and improve consistency across departments. Moving up, we have risk reduction. Implementing ISO 27001 significantly lowers the chances of data breaches, cyber attacks, and insider threats by requiring strong controls and regular risk assessments. Next is regulatory compliance. Whether it's GDPR, HIPAA, or other data protection laws, ISO 27001 helps organizations align with legal and regulatory obligations, reducing the risk of fines and reputational damage. And at the top of the pyramid is trust and credibility. Clients, partners, and stakeholders are more likely to engage with organizations that can demonstrate a proven commitment to information security. Certification builds confidence, showing that you take data protection seriously. Together, these benefits make ISO/IEC 27001:2022 a powerful tool for not only protecting your business but also gaining a competitive edge in the market. Our role in ISMS. Each one of us plays a critical role in the Information Security Management System, or ISMS. First, be aware, understand the organization's security policies and how they relate to your specific role. Next, be compliant. Follow those procedures diligently every day. It's not optional, it's part of your job. Then report issues. If you spot something unusual or risky, don't stay silent. Use the proper channels to escalate it right away. Finally, continue learning. Security threats evolve constantly, so stay informed on best practices and emerging risks to protect both yourself and the organization. By doing these four things consistently, you're strengthening our security posture. Security do's and don'ts. Let's wrap up with some essential security do's and don'ts. These are simple yet powerful habits that can prevent major incidents. Starting with the do's check mark, use strong, unique passwords. Avoid using the same password across multiple accounts. Combine uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and symbols. Lock your computer when you step away from your desk, even if it's just for a few minutes. Use shortcuts like Windows plus L or Control Shift Power. Report suspicious activities right away, whether it's a strange email, a pop up, or a device behaving oddly. Inform your IT or security team immediately. Keep your software updated. Updates often contain critical security patches. Delaying them can leave you exposed. And finally, verify email senders before clicking. Hover over links and double check the sender's address before opening attachments. Now let's look at the don'ts. Don't share passwords with anyone, not even your manager or teammate. If they need access, request formal permissions instead. Don't click on suspicious links or attachments. If an email seems urgent, threatening, or too good to be true, pause and validate. Don't leave sensitive documents exposed on desks or printers. Always secure them in drawers or shred them when not needed. Don't ignore security warnings from your system or antivirus. These alerts are there to protect you. And never use unauthorized cloud services to store or transfer work files. Always use company approved platforms to avoid data leakage. Practicing these do's and avoiding these don'ts will go a long way in keeping both you and the organization safe from security threats. Thank you all for your time and attention throughout this session. Your role in keeping our organization secure is critical, whether it's recognizing phishing emails, following security best practices, or simply locking your screen. Let's continue staying alert, informed, and responsible as we build a culture of security together. If you have any questions or need further clarification, feel free to reach out after the session. Stay safe, stay secure, and once again, thank you.